Bruce Boudreau's wizardry helping Wild's youth to thrive. The Minnesota Wild have been in the NHL for 16 full seasons, and have only made it past the second round of the playoffs once. They've never been to a Stanley Cup final, only advanced to the playoffs 7 times, and despite qualifying for the postseason for 4 years straight, they've only managed to win 2 playoff series. They've been the definition of mediocrity for quite some time now, especially with the current edition of their roster. When Ryan Suter and Zach Paris hit free agency in 2012, the Minnesota Wild threw cash at the duo and brought them in to alter the core of the franchise. General manager Chuck Fletcher was paying for players past their prime, and all but guaranteeing that the Wild would be caught in a transition phase for the foreseeable future. Though the roster was full of talented players, there were no true superstars, and that lack of elite talent would keep the Wild from making it deep into the playoffs. In the past 3 seasons, the Wild have slipped into the playoffs as a wild card team, and haven't been able to get past the second round. Regular season mediocrity has translated into postseason mediocrity, and the cycle seemed doomed to continue. The way that the Wild have found success this season is intriguing, as Boudreau has essentially kicked the development of every key player under 28 into overdrive. The veteran core of the team is performing at the same levels it has in the past, but it seems as though every member of the young core of the team has taken a massive step forward this season. That's what's driven Minnesota's success this season, more so than the performance of Devan Dubnyk or the savvy addition of Eric Staal. In the past, Mikko Koivu, Zach Paris, Jason Pominville, and even Thomas Vanek have finished atop the team's scoring leaderboard. Even last season, when Pominville and Vanek had down years, Paris and Koivu still finished first and second. This year, Mikael Granlund, Charlie Coyle, and Nino Niederreiter are all ahead of Koivu, while Jason Zucker is ahead of both Pominville and Paris. The driving factor behind that has been Boudreau. At 5-on-5, almost every single young player has seen their production skyrocket, with rates of primary points per 60 minutes increasing drastically since the start of the season. This is what Boudreau does. He identifies offensive talent, and puts it in positions to succeed. His team systems over the past decade have often found ways for teams to score goals at a high rate, and post shooting percentages over the league average. With Boudreau behind the bench, the Washington Capitals were first in 5-on-5 goals per 60 minutes, and fourth in 5-on-5 shooting percentage. When he moved to Anaheim, the Ducks were 7th in goals per 60, and 2nd in shooting percentage. Overall, from 2007 to 2016, Boudreau's teams finished 3rd in both goals per 60 and shooting percentage. As a coach, the guy somehow knows how to put the puck in the back of the net. With that in mind, here's a look at how the young forwards have performed this year, compared to their past 3 seasons. The most noteworthy aspect of this is that the young players have overtaken the veterans because their play has improved, and not because the veterans have fallen off. Zach Paris has fallen from 3rd on the team to 7th on the team, but his primary points per 60 has only changed from 1.39 to 1.37. Mikko Koivu has actually seen his primary points per 60 increase this season, and he still ranks 11th on the team. On the back end, youth has taken over the scoring duties. Though Ryan Suter still plays the majority of the minutes, Jared Spurgeon, Jonas Brodin, and Matt Dumba are 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in even strength scoring rates. Brodin's development has been impressive, especially since it seemed as though the 10th overall pick at the 2011 draft was never going to live up to his potential. He's currently on pace to set a career high in points, and is currently sitting at a career high in relative unblocked shot attempts, Fenwick, for percentage. His emergence as a genuine top 4 defender has helped the Wild average just 2 goals against per 60 minutes of 5-on-5 play, the 3rd lowest total in the league. The improved play goes beyond just point production. In terms of expected goals and scoring chances, the young players on Minnesota have improved wildly, head, puns, to the point where they're posting some of the best numbers in the league, let alone on the Wild. On the defensive side of the puck, Jared Spurgeon is 4th in the league in expected goals and 3rd in scoring chances, while Dumba and Brodin rank 5th and 8th in scoring chances, respectively. Ryan Suter ranks 4th. This is new for the Blue Liners, who didn't quite have the same success controlling the share of scoring chances over the past 3 seasons. Again, it's the development of the young players that stands out. Spurgeon is easily the best defenseman of the 3, but Brodin and Dumba have been much better under Boudreau. It's those drastic improvements that have been pushing the Wild to the top of the Central Division. At the other end of the ice, Granlund leads the league in scoring chances for percentage, while Zucker is 5th, line-mate Mikko Koivu is 2nd. Their numbers under Boudreau are shocking when compared to their previous 3 seasons. Granlund's explosion this season has been a treat to watch, as the 24-year-old has actually been put in a position to succeed. He's been playing wing instead of center after a switch late last season, and the decreased defensive load has allowed him to flourish offensively. While Mikko Koivu worries about picking up the defensive slack, Granlund has been flying down the ice with Jason Zucker and anyone else he can find, handing out assists left and right. He's currently got 50 points in 55 games, and his 34 assists are tied for 8th in the league. The Finnish forward leads the Wild in points, and hasn't shown signs of slowing down. He's already set career highs for goals, assists, and points in a season. The Minnesota Wild are one of the most dominant teams in the NHL right now, and it's their young players that are getting the job done. The veterans are contributing, but it's the explosive development of the team's young players that has rocketed them out of mediocrity and into the league's elite. There's going to be cup contender talk surrounding the Wild as they head into the postseason. Bruce Boudreau and his ability to foster offense and let youth flourish are a big part of that. Postseason success isn't guaranteed, but if the young guns can keep producing, the Wild just might help Boudreau shape the choker reputation he's developed in the playoffs.